friends, one college, a brutal system, and a story that dares to question it all. This is not just a novel, it's a mirror for every student who once felt lost in the crowd. This is 5 Point Someone. Set inside the elite halls of IIT, the novel doesn't celebrate academic toppers. Instead, it follows three underperformers: Hari, Ryan, and Alok, who carry a GPA of just 5 point something. But where's the twist? It's not in just their grades that are failing. It's their ability to stay human in a machine-like education system. And that's what makes this story hit so hard. Because it's not just about marks, it's about meaning. Hari is the narrator. He's average in marks, in life, in love. Ryan, the rebel, brilliant but broken. He fights the system but carries scars no one sees. And Alok, the one carrying his family's weight like a boulder on his back, just trying to survive. Together, they are flawed, but real, just like most of us. From sneaking into labs to cheating in exams, these boys don't follow rules. They break them. Not out of arrogance, but out of desperation. There's a scene where Ryan builds a lube machine to reduce friction in machines. But instead, he ends up facing friction in life. Genius doesn't always get marks. And then comes the heartbreaking moment. Alok, pushed beyond limits, attempts suicide. That moment forces us to ask, is a college degree worth a human life? This novel exposes what we don't talk about: anxiety, pressure, and identity in the race to be someone. Chetan Bhagat, the author, was once an IIT student himself. He lived his life. He saw how the grades become gods. And that's why this story hits different. Because it's rooted in truth. But what happens when education becomes just a checklist? Lecture, assignment, exam, repeat. The characters in 5 Point Someone slowly lose their spark. Their creativity is sidelined. Their passions buried. They don't fail the system. The system fails them. One of the most powerful parts of the novel is how Ryan, the most brilliant of them all, begins to burn out. He drinks to cope. He hides his pain with sarcasm, and while the world sees a rebel, what we really see is a boy trying not to drown. There's also a moment when Alok, despite his mental breakdown, returns to class the very next day because his father's illness means failure isn't an option. It's not resilience, it's survival. And it's a reality many students face, suffering silently because society doesn't allow them to pause. 5 Point Someone was released in 2004. No one expected it to explode the way it did, but within weeks, it became a phenomenon. It gave a voice to the quiet kids, the lost ones, the ones with dreams that didn't fit inside an exam paper. And if you have watched Three Idiots, you have seen a version of this story. But the novel, it's a raw, more painful, more personal. Because here, there's no perfect ending, just lessons. 5 Point Someone doesn't ask you to quit college, it asks you to not lose yourself inside it. It reminds us that education is important, but so is creativity, so is friendship, so is living a life that actually feels like your own. And maybe that's what we all need to hear. So let me ask you, are you studying to remember facts, or are you living a life worth remembering? Because in the end, your GPA may fade, but your story, that's what will remain.